Hello and welcome back to another video. Piney on the blah, 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 blah. Hello and welcome back to Pidini doing stuff and filming it. We're still making our way through the TV licensing videos. We are on to number 4, which is called Protecting Yourself from Scams. Yeah, there are scammers everywhere, and apparently even in TV licensing. So let's have a look at this one, shall we? Alright, here we go. Helping you protect yourself from scams. Right.
Sadly, scams have become a part of everyday life. But we're here to help. Before we go...
Are you though? Because I think half of what you do is a fucking scam, if I'm perfectly honest. Your letters certainly are. Well, I don't know if scam may not be the correct word, but there's certainly some sort of fucking crime in there. 10 seconds in, nearly as good as the first one. Yeah, I'm getting wound up already. Right, okay.
Any further, if you've already entered any personal information into a suspicious website, please contact Action Fraud on 0300 123 2040.
And they will give you a crime reference number and direct you to some other websites, and then not really do a right lot else. Same as when you get burgled, really. The police will give you a crime reference number, then you'll never see or hear from them again. Unless you're taking a photograph in public or something and they want to harass you. Anyway, that's a rant for another day.
If you've entered any card or bank details, please also contact your bank straight away.
Yeah, that is sound advice. If you realise, or even if you think that you may have done something like that, put your card or bank details into a scam website, or you know they're in some way compromised, phone your bank before you do anything else. There's no use fighting around. The only people that can help you then are the bank. You know, and phone the correct number. Go to their website, or better yet, read the number off your card. They still print the phone numbers on your credit and debit cards to ring them. Yeah, they're the only people that can help you. So, anyway, good advice so far from TV licensing. These videos, how their letters should be. You know, the ethos that's gone into making these videos should be reflected in their threat letters, but they're not. Bastards.
Phishing email or scam text is something sent by criminals trying to trick you into providing your personal information.
Wait a minute. Do criminals wear bad clothing and wear hats and have beards? Hope not.
Scammers can then pretend to be you and potentially access your bank account or convince you to make a payment to a false company. Nasty stuff. If you think you've received a scam email...
There is some nasty stuff. I'll leave a link in the description. There's a video by one of my favourite YouTubers called Atomic Shrimp. He does a lot of scam baiting. Mostly just replying to scam emails. You know, the ones where it's like, you know, you've won the lottery of Nigeria or something like that, or you're invited to embezzle some funds from an intestate bank customer. You know, there'll be, you know, 100 billion cubic dollars or something daft like that, that you're invited, and you know, you just have to pay this small fee and then you'll have all these riches come to you. But there's one video in particular, well, I think he does it over 2 parts, but you can just watch the one if you want to see. He gets one of them on the phone, and you know, he's putting a voice on, playing a character and everything, and yeah, this character explains that, you know, he doesn't want to give up his savings because he needs this money that he's saved up to pay for a life-saving heart operation. Now obviously for those of us that live in the UK, that makes no sense whatsoever, because we don't pay for life-saving heart operations in this country because it's the civilized world. But this person obviously wasn't from the UK, because they didn't question that at all. And they continue with the scam. They continue trying to take, it was like 20 or 30,000 pounds from this man. Said, oh, don't worry about giving up the money, don't worry about your operation. As soon as you send it, within a day, you'll have millions come back to you and you can pay for your heart operation. knowing full well that they were basically going to kill this man. Yes, we know that he was fictional, but they didn't know that. Knowing that they were going to kill this man, they still carried on with the scam. So, yeah, they're right, nasty stuff. These people just do not give a fuck. It's a shame that I have to roll an establishment like TV licensing into the same pot as them. Anyway, right, let's move on. I'm getting off topic again. Fucking hell, Stuart. This one's even longer than the others. I'm never going to get through it.
And want to report it? We're partnered with the National Cybersecurity Centre.
Can I report
you? You can forward anything you suspect to be a scam email to them at report@phishing.gov.uk.
I might scan their next letter and send it to that email address. So, I keep getting these fucking things through the post. Can you do something about them? It'll have to be subject for another video, but I'll have to make one about what I did with the Off-Gem website as well. Yeah, that was quite petty, but quite funny what I did with that.
That's report at phishing.gov.uk, and they will investigate.
No, they won't.
If the email links to a scam website, it will be taken down or blocked, so others won't be affected.
Possibly. But not guaranteed. Otherwise you could just send anything to them. I could send TV licensing website to them. Right, anyway.
Some of the scam communications copy our designs and use similar wording. They can be quite convincing, so here's how you can help protect yourself. This video will take you through each step in more detail. Step 1. Check the sender. Step 2. Check the personal details. Step 3. Check what's being asked of you. Step 4. Check the website and login information.
That is all good advice. Again, though, I'm going to link to one or two of Atomic Shrimp's videos on identifying scams as well, because he goes a bit more in depth into it. He used to work in IT before he became a full-time YouTuber, so he really does know his stuff when it comes to security against scams. But yeah, a lot of that they're saying there can be faked. So like, check sender. You're right, most of the time someone sends an email address and it may come up with their name as TV licensing, but then when you actually look a little deeper, it will say it will be a Gmail address. Obvious scam. Why would TV licensing be using a Gmail account? Or why would your bank use a Gmail account, for example? But that can be faked if you know how. So yeah, you just need to look a bit deeper into these than what I suspect this video is going to go into. I haven't watched this one yet, but anyway.
If you're ever unsure, stop, check, ask. So, step 1, check the sender. In an email, scammers often hide the real email address they're using. You should be able to see the real email address between these arrow symbols. But on a phone or tablet, you may need to select the sender's name or email address to show the actual email address. Genuine TV licensing emails are only sent from do not reply at tvlicensing.co.uk, do not reply at spp.tvlicensing.co.uk, or no reply at paypoint.com if you're using the TVL Pay app to pay for your license. Or if we're replying to an email you've sent us, our email address will still have tvlicensing.co.uk after the @ symbol. Because scammers can't use our genuine TV licensing email addresses, they'll try to use them with slightly different spellings, so look out for things like hyphens and full stops in odd places. Our text will always be from TV Licensing, TVL SPP, or TVL Pay. The only exception is if you're a TV licensing payment card customer and are asked to make a missed payment. This message will be sent from either 07786 200 611 or 07860 010 193 or 194.
Now I've got a bit of a problem with that. The first bit was fine. You'll say all of our text will come from this one. They'll be using the little short codes where it just comes up as a company rather than the phone number or a person. which is fair enough. Lots of companies do that. I got one from Barclaycard the other day, reminding me that I still have credit card debt from when I was a student. And actually, it's not from when I was a student, but whatever. It's nearly paid off now. I should just ring up and pay it off. Fuck. Anyway, I'm rambling again. But that second bit, that bothers me, because they're coming from 07 numbers, mobile numbers. Now, if I get something claiming to be from a company and it comes from a mobile number, I instantly in my head think scam, and most of the time I will ignore it. I had a text from Parcel Force the other day, and I almost made a video about it, to warn people about this scam text message. It turned out it was genuine, but for some reason they sent it from a supposed mobile number. Now, there may be technical reasons as to why they do that. Like only mobile numbers can send text messages. Good luck sending a text message from a landline. I believe there were special phones that let you do that, available in the 90s, but you can't get them anymore. So yeah, there may be technical reasons for it, but if they can send the other ones from the short codes with the names on them, why can't they do it for the others? And the problem I have with that is not that people are going to think it's a scam, because, well, where's the harm in that? You don't pay your TV license, what's going to happen to you? But then if people then become conditioned that, oh, some companies do send them from mobile numbers, that's normal. It lowers their guard for when they do get a scam message in claiming to be from a company, but it's from a mobile number. Because you're not going to have an encyclopedia, you're not going to have every company that you ever deal with, all their numbers saved. Why would you? You just Google the company if you need to ring them. So yeah, I don't get why they're doing that, and that annoys me, because it's leaving people vulnerable to other scams, not just TV licensing ones. So yeah, I don't like that at all. They do that whole thing, like I mentioned in the last video, like allowing people to pay by check. It's the older generation like doing that. They're all about accessibility, but they seem to be forgetting some of those sections of their target audience by using mobile numbers. Not good.
Step 2. Check the personal details. If we have your address details, most of our emails will include part of your postcode. If we have your name, then we'll always address you using your last name and title. Scammers won't normally have that information. So watch out for emails that say Dear Client or Dear Customer, or just use your email address or part of it to address you. Step 3. Check what's being asked of you.
That is very true, because most scam emails are sent out in bulk. They're sending thousands, maybe even millions of emails out in one go, so they're never going to be customized to you. And if they are, it will be wrong. They'll be using some sort of bit of code or algorithm to try and extract your name. But yeah, most will say Dear Client or Dear Customer, and yeah, that is true. So yeah, alright, fair play to them there. Check what is being asked.
Scammers often tell you that there's a problem with your account, or you need to make a payment. TV licensing will only contact you about payments if you've missed one, or your payment is late. Scammers may also say you can get a refund or a cheaper license. TV licensing will never do this unless you've contacted us.
Of course they're not going to tell you about a refund. They want that money and they want to fucking keep it. Yeah, you've got to ask for the refund. It's, yeah, don't ask, don't tell, I think is their ethos. Bastards. But at the same time, fair play for not automatically offering them, because that's what scammers do. But yeah, but if you're not expecting a refund and all of a sudden you're offered one, then yeah, that is scam. And they're probably going to say it in a minute as well, but yeah, quick pay now. Scammers always come to you with urgency. A genuine company will have absolutely no problem with you saying, you know what, I'm going to check this and I will ring you back. I've had it in my work before. I've had to ring a customer and say, your payment failed, or the direct debit details you gave us have haven't worked. We need you to make a payment. I will have absolutely no problem, and I've had customers do this to me before. and say, well, you know, I'm worried this is a scam phone call, so I'm going to hang up and I'm going to ring the number back, and I'll go, okay, yeah, fair enough, that's, yeah, good. Yeah, I'll say to them, yeah, that's a good point, fair enough, you do that. Press 3 for customer service, and yeah, just tell them what it is, you know. And, yeah, and that tells them it's genuine. A real scammer won't do that. They don't want you hanging up and ringing the real company, because then you know it's a scam. So yeah, if they come to you with urgency, then yeah, that's a big red flag for fraud, for scams. Yeah, a genuine company can wait. You know, banks, TV licensing, any real company that you pay money to, they can wait 5 minutes. They can wait a day. So yeah, this has turned into a video about scams. It was meant to be about TV licensing. How does this happen? How am I agreeing with TV licensing so much? This isn't meant to be how it is. Fucking hell, what are they doing to me?
And we're replying to you. If you receive an email or text with a link saying there's a problem with your online account or password, or that you're due a refund, don't click on the link or enter any details into any website shown to you.
Also, brilliant advice, never click links in emails. Just don't do it. My IT department at my work recently did this. They made their own phishing email and sent it to everyone in the company to monitor who clicked on it. So, see, I got it. I was like, well, that's a scam right up there. I was going to reply to, well, no, I did in the end. What I did was I forwarded it to our IT manager saying, I've just received this, you might want to take some precautions in case, you know, it's going to everyone and they're clicking on the links. Of course, I didn't know that the IT department had sent this email, so, you know, I did the good thing. What I did do, though, was forward it to one of my scam baiting emails and reply and started scam baiting my own employer. Whoops. They didn't reply to me. I think they, but that'd have been great. Oh, dearie me.
Our text will never ask you for any personal information, such as credit or debit card numbers, or your security code, and we will never ask you to set up a payment plan by text message. Step 4. Check the website and login information. The safest way to check your information is to open a new browser window and go to the TV licensing website directly by typing tvlicensing.co.uk. If you're on our simple payment plan, it's spp.tvlicensing.co.uk or 75plan.tvlicensing.co.uk if you're on a 75 plus plan.
Why are so many web addresses? And also, older people can be terrible with technology. So if you're on an over 75s plan, just fucking hell, stop making it complicated for them. But one thing to add to this as well is, say you've clicked on the link in the email, you've done it. It's opened up in your browser and it's asking you to log in. You decide to follow their advice and you open a new window and type it in. Type it in fully, because what your browser's going to do is suggest the scammer website because it's in your history. Yeah, so don't just put in TV and then press enter, for example, because it may well just take you to the most recent result in your history and back to the scammer's website. So make sure you type it all the way in, or pay attention to what it's suggesting to you. Once again, I'm agreeing with TV. How the fuck does this happen?
To be absolutely safe, just double check the web address once you're there. Remember, it's one of these.
Should just be one.
Just so you know, when you're signing in, we won't ask for your mother's maiden name or your date of birth. And we won't ask you to enter your card details until you've signed in using your license number, last name and postcode. Top tip,
Fair play.
always check your license number. Some scammers may try to trick you with a fake license number.
Just rolling it back slightly, let's just scroll it back there. That is a very common phishing tactic as well. They ask for mother's maiden name, date of birth. That's because for most people that is their like account recovery question. your mother's maiden name, so you punch it in there, and same with your date of birth. They can then use that to like get through the change your password on, say, your email account or something like that. That's probably becoming less effective. There's a lot of other things in there now, like two-step authentication or verification. So yeah, that will save you a lot of the time, but that is why they ask for those sorts of things. Asking for card details, well, that's obvious why they're asking for that. Yeah. But yeah, mother's maiden name or any other question like it, they're probably just trying to go through the recover your password or change your password thing of it. So yeah, don't fill it in. The same applies to your date of birth. It can be used in ID theft as well. Alright, 29 seconds to go. Let's see if we can stay on track.
Top tip: always check your license number. Some scammers may try to trick you with a fake license number. Don't forget, you can always go to tvl.co.uk/scams for more information. We know life is hectic and how genuine some scams can seem, so we're doing what we can to make sure you're safe and feel protected.
Alright, well, yeah. I can't fault that video. Well, I can in places, and I have done, but these videos are weird. They're messing with my head, because I find myself agreeing with TV licensing. I set out to hate on TV licensing because I do hate them. They're getting to me. Next thing you know, I bought one. No, I fucking won't. Alright, see you in the next video. Thank you for watching this video on Pidini doing stuff and filming it. Please don't forget to press the big button here in the middle to subscribe if you haven't already done so. If you liked what you just saw, please click the like button below and leave a comment letting me know what you liked about it. And as always, thank you for watching.